Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is FirstReactionTV. My name is Mart, and tonight I'm gonna play a video that just currently happened, where there's an interview with Russell Brand and John Heilemann on Bill Maher's show, Real Time with Bill Maher, and John Heilemann got into talking about how corrupt Fox News is, and how biased Fox News is, and how it's out of the bag now. The cat's out of the bag, and they're just horrible and awful. And Russell Brand brings up MSNBC, and they get into a very heated back and forth. To me, I mean, I think it was legendary. I think Russell Brand's rant was just I think it was incredible. Actually, I don't know a lot about him as far as what his political background is, but I admired what he said. I think he left John Heilemann speechless. I think he made Heilemann look like a complete fool. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the clip, and then we're going to get into a couple videos after that. I'm going to put a little montage together after John Heilemann asks his infamous question to Russell Brand. He asks Russell Brand, give me one instance where you can prove, or one instance where you can show me that MSNBC has went on the air and lied. So we're going to play a couple clips. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Watch till the end. I got a couple good videos in store. Thanks for watching.
But we know who they're for.
I love you already, but I have to say that it's disingenuous to claim that the biases that are exhibited on Fox News are any different from the biases exhibited on MSNBC. It's difficult to suggest that these corporations operate as anything other than mouthpieces for their affiliate owners in BlackRock and Vanguard. And unless we start to embrace, and also, mate, like, just spiritually, if I may use that word in your great country, we have to take responsibility for our own perspective. I've been on that MSNBC, mate. It was propagandist nutcrackery on there. I went on a show called Morning Joe. It was absurd the way they carried on.
Good Morning Joe.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know what it was. It wasn't morning. There was no one called Joe there. No one could concentrate. They didn't understand the basic tenets of journalism. No one was willing to stick up for genuine American heroes like Edward Snowden. No one was willing to talk about Julian Assange and what he's suffered trying to bring real journalism to the American people. And I think to sit within the castle of MSNBC throwing rocks at Fox News is ludicrous.
My friend,
Make MSNBC better. Make MSNBC great again.
My friend, I would, the moment,
Fight them on a territory you can win on, Joe.
Russell, darling, the moment that you give me a specific example, an actual example.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Wait, just wait.
Wait.
Just let him go.
Just we need a specific example.
How about a specific? Let me tell you what the specific I'd like to hear of. I'd like to hear a specific example, a provable specific example of an MSNBC correspondent or anchor being on television saying something they knew was false, and we're saying behind the scenes to people, I'm about to go out, and we know that the election wasn't stolen,
You've
or something equivalent.
Example.
But I will go out on television and say the opposite. I will lie.
When's my answer?
That Rudy Giuliani is being worked over by Russian intelligence, and then Rudy Giuliani suddenly comes forward with these mysteriously created emails, probably hacked through a Russian intelligence operation. We have to acknowledge the fact that the President of the United States is supporting, is condoning, is welcoming a Russian intelligence operation in 2020. Nicole?
Dirt and information about Hunter Biden, Vice President Biden's son. And, apparently, according to U.S. intelligence, the Russians were onto him and were using Giuliani's interest in Ukraine to feed him misinformation, to get to the president and to try to influence the American political process.
This is Mr. Giuliani's principal interlocutor when it comes to all these bogus, crazy stories about Hunter Biden's corruption in Ukraine.
Yeah, it feels like a repeat from last cycle. It's the, but her emails again, and it's kind of ridiculous. But I'm curious, because you worked in the Obama administration for 5 years, what exactly do you think the Russians are hoping to gain here?
You make just one reference to it in the book.
Yeah.
Is that laptop yours?
You don't need the laptop. You got a book. You got the book. It's all in the book. And I don't know. I truly.
You don't know.
The serious answer is that I truly do not know the answer.
Meanwhile, more than 50 former intelligence officials signed on to a letter yesterday saying that the New York Post story about Hunter Biden's emails has, quote, all of the classic earmarks of a Russian disinformation campaign. This is what the president was just talking about. The letter's signatories span 4 administrations, including the current one, and include former CIA directors John Brennan, Michael Hayden, and Leon Panetta. And some of the signatories have endorsed Joe Biden, we should note.
The situation is so clear, the data affirm. If you get vaccinated, you are protected, even with the Delta variant.
In March, known as the Don't Say Gay bill, currently in effect in Florida's public schools.
Good morning. Good to see you, Jonathan.
Good morning. So, Chancellor, what did you mean when you said in a tweet, this bill could kill kids?
Back in March, that was Florida Democrat Chevron Jones, the state's first openly gay state senator, urging his colleagues to support his amendment limiting some of the worst aspects of the state's parental rights and education bill, which is more commonly known as the Don't Say Gay bill.
All right, well, I hope you enjoyed watching all those clips. We are back to the Bill Maher show. I kind of wanted to watch the clip again just because, you know, the stuff with Heilemann, he's just one of those guys, man, where no matter what, his tone is so condescending, and his belief system is one of those that is highly had right now in the on the extreme left, or just the left period, where it's just, well, as long as they're our ideas, it doesn't matter if we do it. It does if it's our ideas, we're allowed to lie. If it's our ideas, then we can do any type of misconduct we want. If it's our ideas, we're allowed to break the law. Like, it's like this never-ending mountain of condescension. Like, I know it's kind of backwards there, but that's what it is. It's just condescending tone after condescending tone after condescending tone.
Actual example.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Just wait.
Wait.
Just
let me need a specific example.
Let me tell you what the specific I'd like to hear of. I'd like to hear a specific example, a provable specific example of an MSNBC correspondent or anchor being on television saying something they knew was false, and we're saying behind the scenes to people, I'm about to go out, and we know that the election.
Look at him keep changing the rules. He keeps changing the rules. He's like shaking, and he's like, provable. No. Oh my God, dude, he's having a meltdown right now. Like, the fact that someone on Bill's show compared him to Fox, and he can't take it, man. Like, he's
You've illustrated this example.
But I will go out on television and say the opposite. I will lie.
When's my answer?
Every day.
Give me the specific example.
I understand the basic point.
Give me a specific example.
All right.
I'm with you. I think it's a
Look
false
at him,
equivalency.
condescending, snotty.
It's not about bias. It's a false equivalency because you don't actually know anything about any of these organizations you're talking about. Even on MSNBC once. Big fucking deal.
My darling, it was more than enough.
You can't come up with
such a
that.
carry-on.
You don't have a single actual fact.
Do you want an example?
Yes.
The ludicrous, outrageous criticisms of Joe Rogan around ivermectin, deliberately referring to it as a horse medicine when they know it's an effective medicine.
Yeah, that's not a bad
Rachel
example.
Maddow turning up on the TV saying, if you take this vaccine, you're not going to get it, when it hadn't been clinically trialed for transmission. You have to listen. Do you think you can improve America by determinedly and avowedly condemning Fox News without acknowledging that you're participating in the same game? Did you not just listen to Bernie Sanders?
Man, he hates it.
Who plainly, legitimately believes in this country and believes it's possible to change, but is bound by corruption, is bound by the lobbying system. Surely it's clear to you, Bill, as one of the great pundits and experts and comic voices, that systemic change is required. Money has to be taken out of politics. We need new political systems that genuinely represent ordinary Americans so that we can overcome cultural differences. And bickering about which propagandist network is the worst is not going to save a single American life, not improve the life of a single American child, not going to improve America's standing in the world, and the world needs a strong America. I'll tell you that. So you have an obligation, a duty, not to condemn these people.
No, I have a
I think that was great, man. I think that was amazing. You know, regardless of what Russell Brand's background is, regardless of what Hillemann's background is, like the fact that once again, like he's taking this like stance, like if you're not for what Russell Brand just said, where like if you don't think America can be better than arguing over which propaganda news site you watch or which propaganda news site is worse, then like take if you can't take a step back and look at that argument as a whole and realize how moronic it is, especially when you're a part of it, like he's a member of it, like he's a part of that argument, he is the argument, he is one of them that is contributing to the massive political bias news coverage. Like imagine if this dude would think he ever applied at Fox, think he ever tried to get a job there, think he ever tried to actually change something. They don't, man. These people run where it's comfortable. They run where they know they're not going to get challenged on their viewpoints. They run where they know they're going to feel comfortable and no one's ever going to second guess them. That's where people like him belong, under a rock, where they're most comfortable, where no pushback, no blowback, and you see how they act the second they get it. And it makes sense why he does what he does. Because no one's going to challenge him or question him on his values, his points of view, or his beliefs. Because, I mean, that's what Russell just did. And, dude, I think he's on the verge of having an actual meltdown. He probably left the studio after the show ended and tweeted out how he kicked Russell Brand's butt on real time. Like, that's how crazy these people are. I think it's sad, man. I think it's a sad reality. But I don't know. We need more people like Russell Brand out there, that's for sure. Just someone to at least speak up and because look, Russell Brand is very, like I said, I don't know a lot about his politics, but he's smart. I wish my processing system inside my brain was as fast as his, because this dude thinks 10 times faster than he can speak, because he can barely get it out. He's going so darn fast, and I wish my processing system worked even half that fast. But let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned. I have a couple more videos that I want to get out this weekend, so please like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.